Clawland here, and thanks for watching Left Hand Reviews. Hopefully you fully recovered from my enormously long RAF review, which was number 34. And in case you haven't, we're going to take a walk on the light side here with Rudiger Dorn's Las Vegas. Rudiger Dorn is the designer of one of my favorite brain-burning Euros, Goa. Fortunately, though, this is not going to be nearly that level of complexity. As a matter of fact, Las Vegas is probably one of the simpler games, and it's most definitely a filler game. It was released by Ravensburger and Alia in 2012. It plays in about 20 to 30 minutes and can handle 2 to 5 players. I was going to say 2 to 4 for some reason. Basically, in this game, each player is going to have a group of dice. There's going to be 6 casinos laid out on the table, each corresponding to a die value. Players are going to roll their dice and place their dice on appropriate casinos. Each casino is going to have a certain amount of money associated with it, and after all dice are placed, the players are going to distribute the money in the casinos based on who has the most dice in each. The game that draws the most comparison in my mind is Yahtzee, because you're going to be rolling dice and then you have to use those dice, and if you have bad rolls then you just have to try to mitigate it. But if you're not a fan of Yahtzee, or you view it as Monopoly Syndrome, one of those games that gamers don't talk about, don't worry, because this game is a fun light filler. And so why don't I crack open the box to show you what comes in it. I'm going to show you how to play Las Vegas, and then I'm going to give you my overall final thoughts. Las Vegas comes in a smaller box than your average board game. I'd say it's probably about the size of Carcassonne or Race for the Galaxy, although not quite as tall. Open it up here. You have a nice vacuum form plastic insert, a couple rule books here depending on the language. I believe they are in French and English. We have a whole ton of really nice dice. They have a really good weight to them. Here are your casino tiles. These are made out of cardboard. There's one corresponding to each die value. And they're a really nice heavy cardboard, so no complaints there. And then of course you have your cards here. This top card is just representative of the start player. And then you have cards that represent the money. And again, these are cards. It's not paper money per se. It's cards. And actually, these cards are a really nice, thick stock. And they're kind of a glossy, almost laminated, waxy feel to them. So I definitely think they're going to stand the test of time. They almost feel like even if you kind of got a drop of liquid or something on them, you'd be able to wipe it off without any lasting effects. So nice quality components. And these come in various denominations, as you can see, and indicated by different colors as well. So let me set up a game. I'll show you how to play. It's really simple, and I'll let you know if I think Las Vegas is worth picking up for your game group. This is all there is to a setup of Las Vegas. You're just going to take the 6 casino mats here and place them in order. And you have all your various dice up here, so these will be distributed to each of the players. 1 colored die per player. Each player is going to start with all 8 dice. And of course you're going to have your money cards here all shuffled and ready to go. You're going to start the game by dealing out the currency to each of the casinos. And you're going to flip over a card and keep flipping over until each casino has at least $50,000. So 10, 20, and then 80. So we're done with this one. 50, 70, 30, 120, 30, 50, and 90. So now the casinos are stocked full of cash, ready for the gamblers to come and play. So, starting with the starting player, which is the person that has the start player card determined by your choice, that player is going to roll all of their dice. So let's say Red was going first. Red would roll all their dice and look at their results. Now what they're going to do is select one number of a die. So in this case I could select 1, 3, 4, or 5, because those are the numbers of the dice that they rolled. And they're going to put all of those numbered dice on the appropriate numbered casino. So in this case I may choose 1. And I rolled 3 ones, so I'm going to grab all 3 ones and put them on the number 1 casino. And that's the end of my turn. I'm going to take all my dice back and just wait until my next turn. Then white will go. They're going to roll all their dice, and they may choose 4. So they're going to take the 4 4s that they rolled and put them on the 4 casino. Now, play is going to continue on until it gets back to the first player again. They're then going to roll their remaining dice and do the same thing. In this case, I rolled a 3 1s, a 5 and a 6. I might take my 1s and put them on the 1 where I already have some dice. And play is going to continue until all players have placed all of their dice. It's the end of the round now, and all the dice have been placed by all players, and so now the casinos are going to pay out. But the first thing you need to do is go look at each casino, and in each casino, if there are 2 or more players that have the exact same number of dice on it, then all dice from those players are removed from that casino. So in this case, different amounts, different amounts, different amounts. Here, both white and green have 4 dice, so all 4 dice from each of those 2 players are removed, and whoever is left there is left there. Again, if we move over to the last casino here, casino number 6, it looks like green and white have the same number of dice again, so they're going to get removed. Now that that's been taken care of, you're going to pay out at the casinos. And it's really simple. The person that has the most dice on a casino is going to get the highest banknote at that casino. So in this case, red has the most, so red's going to collect 60,000. Second most is blue. Blue's going to collect 10,000. And white is going to collect the remaining 10,000. Here, white will collect the 50. Here, blue will collect the 70. There's no more banknotes, so green gets nothing. Here, red will collect the 90, blue the 30. Here, green will collect the 30, but there's nobody left to collect that 20, so it just goes away into the discard pile. And finally, blue will collect the 90. And there you have it. That is all you have to do to play one round of Las Vegas. And you're going to then scrape these all, give the dice back, deal out more cards, and play a whole nother round. And at the end of 3 rounds, whoever has the most money wins. I don't know what it is about Las Vegas, but I really have a fun time playing this game. It's really simple. It's definitely just a filler, which is not something that I usually am in love with playing, but this hits the table and everyone seems to have a really good time. I mean, it's really quick to set up. Everyone has dice. Everybody loves rolling dice, and everyone knows it's Las Vegas, so you already have this, sense in your head that it's going to be kind of a luck-based game, which is cool. And when you roll those dice, there's a lot of minute strategy that comes into play, or I should say it's far more tactical, because you have to decide what you want to do with those dice, and just plopping, the largest quantity of dice on a casino is many times not the best strategy, because you may have several of one die value, and if you put those on the appropriate casino, that casino may only have $20,000 or $30,000 to pay out, whereas you may have 1 6, but that 6th casino will pay out 90. So it might be in your best interest to at least get a presence going there and hopefully build on it later. Also, if you're the last player to go, for example, you stretch your dice out, meaning you're only placing onesies at a time, and you're the last one to play. It gives you a lot more options when you roll, when you're the only one rolling dice, because you can decide where to disperse them, because nobody's going to combat you if you take a majority on a particular casino. It's not something that's going to get bogged down in any sort of analysis paralysis, because it's so quick, fast, and furious, which I really like about it. And this game, for some reason, when I play it with other players, there's a lot of table talk, a lot of yelling and cheering and taunting. So that makes the game a lot of fun as well. So overall, I think if you're looking for a fast, fun, light filler game, or something that you can just break out as kind of an icebreaker, or to start getting people in the mood for a game, or something you want to break out at a dinner party, or just a family gathering, or something you want to play with younger children, Las Vegas is going to fill all of those niches very, very well. So I really appreciate Ravensburger for sending me this copy. It wasn't really on my radar until they offered to send it to me to try out. And I'm really happy that they did. This is a really fun game, and is really affordable too. And despite it being so simplistic, there's a lot of replay value in it. And I definitely think it's worth giving Las Vegas a shot if you think it would fit with your game group. So thanks for watching Left Hand Reviews, and stay tuned for episode number 36.